here. I'm going to ask Daisy to read the goals for the class, please.
Okay, goals for the class. To review content started by having short discussions.
Yes.
To discuss past experience by using regular verbs and the ed pronunciation correctly.
Yes, that's fine. Thank you very much for that nice reading. And we're going to go quickly to this practice, right? We're going to go for our review, okay? And the review goes here. So remember, we were learning in the last class the correct usage of past tense, was and where. So you already know this. They said, teacher, why this again? This is a very easy for me, right? Especially for Maritza, right? It's very easy for her, right? And she went to the salon. Okay, so here, this is what we studied before. So basically, what we have to understand in this topic is this, right? In the past tense, we use was for I, he, she, and it. So we say I was, he was, she was, and it was. And this is the positive form. Now we have we wear, you wear, and they wear, and that's the positive form, okay? Keep that in mind. The next expression here is the negative form, right? And in the negative form, we say, I was not, or I wasn't, he was not, or he wasn't, she was not, or she wasn't, it was not, or it wasn't. And the same goes for we weren't, you weren't, and they weren't. That's the negative form. And the question form is here, right? So we say, was I, was he, was she, was it, where we, were you, and where they, right? That's basically what we have to keep in mind when it comes to this topic, right? So now we're gonna go for a short conversation, and here we have 10 questions that we're going to be discussing right now. Now, this is the question that says, when was the last time you said no? Right, but the key expression is, when was the last time? Okay. Number two, when was the last time you hurt yourself? Right? You hurt yourself. Number three, when was the last time you thought, to yourself, never again? Okay. Number four says, when was the last time you felt on the top of the world? Number five, when was the last time you tidied your room or your desk? Number six, when was the last time someone shouted at you? Number seven, when was the last time you had a problem with your computer? Number eight, when was the last time you had a perfect day? Number nine, when was the last time you said sorry? And number 10, when was the last time you bumped into an old friend? Now, I'm pretty sure that there is or there are some words that you that are not familiar for you. So, do you have any questions, or do you have any doubts about some
Yes,
words?
teacher.
Okay, tell me, Maritza.
I don't understand the first question.
Okay, the first question is, when was the last time? This expression in Spanish would be, ¿cuándo fue la última vez? Right? When was the last
Okay.
time? And then you say, when was the last time you said no? And you say, okay, teacher, the last time I said no was today in the morning. Oh, really? What happened? Well, I was in class, and one of my classmates said, "Hey, teacher, can you give me $1?" And I said no. Right? So that's what you have to express. Number
Okay.
two, the expression hurt yourself. Hurt is lastimarse, right? Yourself is lastimarse a uno mismo, o a ti mismo, right? Maybe in an accident, maybe, I don't know, you were walking or something. So that's the question number two. Okay? Any other person? Thank you. Welcome, Bane.
Share.
Yes, tell me.
And the number three,
Okay, the number three says, when was the last time? Now, this expression, you thought. pensaste to yourself, a ti mismo? When was the last time you thought to yourself, never again? Never again in Spanish would be nunca otra vez. Or in other words, no lo vuelvo a hacer, right? So, when was the last time you thought, man, I will never do it again? Maybe because there was a bad consequence or something. Do you understand?
Right.
Yes? Okay. More questions about vocabulary?
Yes, teacher, felt in the question 4, felt.
Okay, felt is the past tense of feel, right?
Sentir.
So, feel is sentir, but felt in past tense is sentistes, or te sentistes in this case. You felt, right? When was the last time you felt on the top of the world? You're like, wow, you feel super successful, super happy. You say, I am the champion. so, so when was the last time you felt on the top of the world? And you say, teacher, yesterday. Really? What happened? And you're saying, because I was playing, basketball, and then I scored the last point, and everybody was, Christian, you're the best. So I felt on top of the world. Got it? Okay. Number 5, volunteer or questions about other vocabulary.
Shouted
Shouted.
in the question 6.
Okay. Shouted is
Shouted.
shouted is when a person screams or yells. They're like, what? Right? And when someone, listen to this, when someone shouts at you, the guy is speaking or is screaming to you in your face. They are saying like, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
So that's
okay.
shouting. So when someone shouts at you, for example, sometimes the mothers, right, and they say, "Christian, what did you do?" Right? But sometimes at work also that happens when the boss is angry, right? Or when for example maybe a classmate in the university, and you say, did you do the homework, did you do your part, and what happened, and they shout, right? I